Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. We're ready for OJ. We're starting a little late today, but if you guys are down, I'm gonna still do 2 hours. I'm still gonna do it. We have to get through these. We have to. I'm still looking for these. Still looking for these drips in the stores near me. Purple is just such a hard color to match, and purple with purple is not a good choice. And there's two of them. Here we go. We're still trying to impeach. We're still here trying to impeach this poor man. That's right, Kardashian. Get to work, son.
Sorry. This segment, you and Miss Mazzola coming at the driveway. Go ahead. Go ahead. Stop. Now, you don't see those evidence cards on the ground the second time, right?
No.
Okay, let's move forward. Okay, stop. So wouldn't you agree, Mr. Fung, that that's the second, that sequence of you leaving the second is happened after the first sequence when you went to the truck, deposited the police in the bags, then walked back in and picked up the evidence cards?
Well, Your Honor, it's vague as to which sequence he's talking about.
Do you understand what I asked you?
We have the paper bag trip and we have the plastic bag trip.
All right. This plastic bag trip happened second, didn't it?
It appears to be yes.
Thank you.
All right, we'll stand in recess 1:30.
Your Honor, are we going to be able to do this when we come back?
Over the lunch hour, I want you to leave the tapes here. I'm going to look at them one more time.
Okay. And Your Honor, could we have an admonition?
Yes, Mr. Fung, don't discuss the matter with any of the attorneys, please.
Your Honor,
Start.
Mr. Check's information, Mr. Newfeld. Ms. Mazzola is upstairs, but she is not feeling well. She is under a doctor's care, and we intend to send her home at this point.
I don't think we're going to finish today. All right. But counsel, we're going to go till 6. Make preparations to go to 6 today. All right, we're in recess. Tapes this afternoon, which is what delayed our getting started. This afternoon, I was reviewing tapes again in my chambers. And in reviewing the KTLA tapes, Dan Chambers' report from June the 13th, 1994, in hitting the pause button to stop it at the time that the parties were coming out of the door at Rockingham, I hit the record button instead. And I erased inadvertently 5 seconds of that videotape. So I would like counsel to look at the videotape to see if they think that those seconds are critical. I've had my staff contact KTLA, see if they can provide us with another duplicate copy of that news broadcast. They indicated they're looking for it, that it should be available, and I'll have 2 of my staff members go get it as soon as they confirm that it's available. But Mr. Scheck, if you want to look at it to see if that footage is sufficient for your uses. Noting that the pause and the record button are next to each other on this remote control. I'll mark it as a court's exhibit. I must say I'm thoroughly embarrassed by this.
Oh, well, I know I would do it. I'm that kind of klutz, and we know you're not Rosemary Woods, so I think we can certainly proceed with what we've got.
All right, you've reviewed it?
Yeah, I think that, did Mr. Goldberg take a look? Do you want to take a look?
I'm sorry? No, I haven't ruled yet. I'm just saying, is this sufficient for your uses here? All right, Mr. Harris, you want to run it with the court's deletion?
Reason I think it's sufficient is that we have that other tape that picks up with them walking down the driveway, and this one shows them coming out of the house. And I'm, for our purposes, I'm sure that's fine.
All right, I've just been advised that by the news director of KTLA that they have located the tape. They've dubbed a copy, and I'm sending my staff to go get it in case we need a complete copy.
Well, okay, I think that actually, since I'm going to begin with another matter that I estimate will take about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but I'm assuming that before we get to this line, before we hit the videotapes, it may just be perfect timing.
All right. Court's ruling then as to the videotapes is as follows. I will allow the playing of the videotapes that depict Mr. Fung and Miss Mazzola on both trips, both the paper bag trip and the plastic bag trip. Court finds a sufficient foundation has been laid for those. Court sustains the objection to the Van Adder arrival segment on the basis of lack of foundation at this time. So the court will.
We just got a lunch.
You just got a.
We just got additional information on lunch, as did the people, Your Honor.
You want to
from
share
the,
that, Mr. Neufeld? Does Mr. Scheck want to handle this, or do you want to handle it?
Only because I spoke to the reporter myself. It's up to you, if I may, just.
All right, guys, I have to leave you with this filled OJ trial. I'll be right back. I'm going to get her to work. My dog says hi. I'm going to get her to work as soon as I can and get back to you. Behave, be good, please. Nice things in chat.
Take time. We were approached, as was the prosecution, by a gentleman named John North, who was a reporter from KABC.
Why don't you wait outside?
Did you bring the whole purse down or just the...
He said he spoke to the prosecution during the luncheon break. They spoke to him.
All right, Mr. Fung's withdrawn. Mr. Neufeld.
Yeah, and Mr. North presented me with a computer printout. He said that they went back and they checked their original cassette that was shot by their camera person that day, that afternoon. And it even has it's time coded. And it was time coded, and the time code, he said, was set by the camera operator. And it shows the time that each of these incidents occurred. And it also shows the sequence in which they occurred. And it completely corroborates the sequence that we wanted to show to the witness, namely that first he's coming out carrying the paper bags, then Van Adder arrives. I'm sorry, then they go back in, then Van Adder arrives, and then they come out the second time, and Fung has nothing in his hands, and Mazzola's carrying the plastic bag. He gave me this printout. He said they intend to air it on the television this evening, in fact.
Okay.
Clearly, if we had that person, that would provide any additional foundation.
Yes, it would.
Well,
He probably is. Or on the 12th floor by now. All right, but see, the problem is we have the jury waiting, so let's proceed with what we have. You can lay the foundation. If you want to do that out of the presence of the jury, we'll do that.
We'll withdraw our objection on the Van Adder tapes.
All right, that settles that question. Proceed. Let's have the jury. All right, let the record reflect we've been rejoined by all the members of our jury panel. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me apologize to you for the delay in getting started this court day. I started the day with some special discussions with the lawyers. I think as we recessed yesterday, you were aware that I had to make some determinations out of your presence as to some of the videotapes that would be presented to you. And we spent some of the time this morning allowing the parties to view these videotapes, to confer amongst themselves, and to make their arguments for and against the admission of these videotapes. Over the lunch hour, I took the decision under submission so I could have the opportunity to look at these videotapes myself one more time. And as I mentioned to you, there's something called Murphy's Law. During the course of looking at those videotapes and attempting to put one into a still frame, I hit the record button and I inadvertently erased part of one of the tapes as I was trying to slow-mo it. I see you're laughing. I'm sure it's happened to you too. Normally, what you do is you knock out that little tab in the back so you can't record over it. I didn't do that. And I'll never do that again, believe me. But that was that's why we're late getting started this afternoon. I apologize to you sincerely. I want you to know that when we're in a jury trial, the thing that bothers me the most is knowing that you're back there and you're waiting. And that's why when I knew we were going to have a long delay this morning, I had you taken back up to the larger lounge because I know it's more comfortable for you to be up there. And I sincerely apologize to you. I take full responsibility myself personally for this delay today. I want you to know that it's not the fault of the parties. And hopefully we'll be able to get through a full court session. I indicated to the lawyers that I wanted to go through till 6 o'clock today to make up for some of the lost time today. We will take breaks through the afternoon, however, but I'd like to get in at least 4 good hours today with the jury. But we've been at it since 9 o'clock this morning. All right, thanks, folks. Mr. Fung, would you resume the witness stand? All right, good afternoon again, Mr. Fung.
Good afternoon.
You're reminded, sir, you are still under oath. The records reflect Mr. Fung is on the witness stand undergoing cross-examination by Mr. Scheck. Mr. Scheck, you may conclude with your cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oh, good afternoon. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Fung.
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
Okay.
Mr. Fung, I'd like to begin by showing you what the coin envelope that contains item number 10. You recall the blue plastic that you saw at Rockingham?
Yes.
Well, Ms. Robinson is retrieving that.
It's over here on the Mrs. Robertson's bench. All right, which court exhibit is this, Mr. Scheck?
This is court exhibit.
164, item 10.
And Your Honor, I'd like to mark this photograph defendant's next in order.
1105. All right, defense 1105.
May I approach the witness?
You
Your
may.
Honor? Oh, actually, first. Now, looking at the monitor, Mr. Fung, that is item number 10, as you saw it on the morning of June 13th.
The blue object To the top of the picture, yes.
And I believe you told us, sir, that Detective Furman retrieved that object.
Yes.
And you could not recall whether or not he used the glove method or the scoop method to collect item number 10.
I don't recall which he used.
I would ask you, sir, to, with the court's permission, open. This is the coin envelope that contained item number 10 on June 13th, correct?
Yes.
I would ask you, sir, to open this envelope.
Knife or
at the
scissors?
top. Sorry?
Just asking Mr. Fung if he wanted a knife or scissors.
He may want to use gloves too.
Yes, and I think gloves would be appropriate.
Mrs. Robertson? Gloves. Let's try not to block jurors 1 and 7. Juror number 1, is there a problem with monitor? Is it on now? Tom? Monitor seats 1 and 2. Is the green light on? Mr. Fairlaw? All right. All right, Mr. Fung, you may proceed. Mr. Scheck?
Mr. Fung, if you could, would you please open the envelope from the top over here where you see the last seal was broken, right up over the top there. I think you could idea.
I'm cutting along the bottom edge of the envelope.
Now, could you please take out item number 10? Could you please unfold it to its full size and hold that up? All right. Now, could you please turn it vertically at this point? Could you please hold up the coin envelope? All right. Could you put the coin envelope,
Superimpose
superimpose it? Okay. Now, Mr. Fung, wouldn't you agree, and that now turn it rectangularly, the coin envelope, the item number 10. Now, when you saw item number 10 on June 13th, it was not folded as it is now, was it?
That's correct.
Okay. So wouldn't you agree, sir, that without folding up item number 10, with one's hands, it would be extremely difficult to get it into that coin envelope?
No.
You think you could do that without folding item number 10? One could, the scoop method is where you take a card or a pen, right? And you put something into a bag such as that coin envelope.
Yes.
Okay, and it's your recollection now, sir, that you don't remember whether or not Detective Furman was wearing gloves and took item number 10 and placed it in that coin envelope.
I don't recall which method he used.
But it could have been that he was wearing gloves, right?
Sustain.
Finish.
You want to, hold, well, let me just ask a question. 1492, were you able to see that? All right, thank you. Proceed.
All right, Your Honor, if you could just repackage that, sir.
Sure. Counsel, if you want to approach and inspect it. Mr. Scheck.
You would agree, sir, that at least that somebody would have to fold that blue object before putting it in that bag.
Asked and answered.
Sustained.
When you saw it on June 13th, as depicted in the photograph that's on the monitor, it wasn't folded, correct?
Asked and answered.
Overruled.
It was not folded.
Okay, thank you. All right. Your Honor, I'm finished with the exhibit, and
All right, if you'll take that and return it to Mrs. Robertson.
Mr. Fong, maybe you can move your place. Now, when we last broke yesterday, Mr. Fung, we were discussing Mr. Simpson's blood sample. You recall that?
Yes.
And I had asked you whether or not you made a slip on direct examination when you were asked which item you received first. The sneakers from Detective Lang or the blood sample of Mr. Simpson.
Yes.
And you said you did not remember making such a slip.
That's what I stated. Yes.
And the sneakers were given to you on June 14th in the morning.
Yes.
No question about that.
That's correct.
And item number 19 is a hair that you removed from the Rockingham glove.
It's hair. Yes.
And that was done on the morning of June 14th.
Yes.
I'd like to show you a videotape now, sir, of your direct examination. And I,
Yes.
and I'd like you to look at the videotape and ask if this is you being asked some questions and giving some answers.
I would reduce the paperwork. With the, if the blood had remained item number 18, I would have had to create 3 additional property report face sheets. Okay, now, with the pair of sneakers on the previous document that we saw was labeled item 17, is that correct? Yes. Which did you receive, and the blood 18? Yes. Which did you receive first, the blood or the pair of sneakers? I received the blood vial first. Right.
Was that a slip, Mr. Fung, where you're accidentally revealing the truth that you received the blood vial after you received the sneakers?
Sustained.
Mr. Fung, you told us that Detective Van Adder gave you a gray envelope containing the blood sample that was already packaged on the afternoon of June 13th.
A gray envelope that was already packaged.
Yes, when you received the blood vial blood sample on June 13th, did you not tell us that it was already packaged in a gray envelope?
The blood vial was packaged in a gray envelope.
It was already packaged when you received it from Detective Van Adder.
Overruled.
Yes.
Mr. Fung, when you testified at the grand jury on June 22nd, were you asked these questions and did you give these answers? I'm
Counsel,
starting at page 397, line 28. Tape we just played of Mr. Fung on direct has to be marked 1106.
All right, 11:06, that last tape recording. All right, Mr. Goldberg,
May I proceed?
I'm just waiting for Mr. Goldberg to confirm I'm ready. Mr. Goldberg? Have you read all right, proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Fung, on June 22nd at the grand jury, were you asked these questions and did you give these answers? Question, did you also receive a blood sample that was removed from the defendant, the possible defendant, Mr. Simpson, from Detective Philip Van Adder? Answer, yes, I did. Question, and what date was it that you received it from him? Answer, I received that blood sample on June 13th, 1994. Question, did you package it in some manner when you received it from him? Answer, yes, I did. Question, how? Answer, I placed it in a gray whole blood envelope. Were you asked those questions and did you give those answers?
Yes, I did.
Mr. Fung, are you having some trouble keeping this story straight about getting the blood sample from Detective Van Adder from
Sustained.
Rockingham?
Sustained. Counsel, that's not a proper question.
Mr. Fung, you testified on cross-examination yesterday. Under cross-examination about receiving the blood sample. You recall that?
Yes.
All right. Now, I'm at page 22457. Yes,
Do you have that?
I'm sorry? Do I have an
Mr.
extra?
Robertson? Do you have Ms. Olson give the transcript from this? Please? Mr. Goldberg, do you have your copy here?
I'll just, they can look over my shoulder while I do so. Pass it. You asked yesterday by
All right, Mr. Goldberg, that's the court's copy. All right, Mr. Goldberg, have you had the opportunity to review that?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Scheck, proceed.
Thank you. Question. I take it at some point in time, you left the foyer area and returned to your crime scene truck. Answer, yes. Question. All right. And were you carrying that gray envelope? Answer. Either by itself, in a posse box, or in a paper bag. Question. So it would be one of those three ways of carrying it. Either by itself in your hand, in a paper bag, or in a posse box? Answer, yes. Were you asked those questions, and did you give those answers yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Now, this morning, did you have an opportunity to look at some videotapes?
Yes,
And you did that in this courtroom, outside the presence of the jury, with the judge and counsel present.
yes.
I'd like to show you some of those videotapes now, sir. Let me just, before we show you the videotapes, just want to ask you a few questions. Since you last left us yesterday afternoon, have you had any conversations with the prosecution about the events of June 13th and where you say that Detective Van Adder gave you Mr. Simpson's blood sample?
This morning I discussed briefly some of the events with Mr. Goldberg.
May we approach, Your Honor?
With the court reporter, please. Thank you, counsel. Proceed.
Mr. Fung, could you tell us precisely what questions Mr. Goldberg asked you and what answers you gave him?
I don't recall the exact wording. But it was something along the lines of me recounting to him the events that led from picking up the certain items, the last items I collected before going to the truck and leaving the Rockingham scene.
How long did this conversation take?
3 or 4 minutes.
1 minute, Your Honor. recall how many questions Mr. Goldberg asked you? Approximately.
Maybe one or two.
Was there any discussion of the videotapes?
No. We only discussed that we could not discuss the videotapes.
But when you had this discussion with him, you had already seen some of these videotapes.
On this monitor here.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
have you had any conversations before you came here to testify with anyone else other than with crime? Did you speak about this matter with any other district attorney?
No,
Did you speak about it with Detective Van Adder?
no,
Did you speak about it with Detective Lang?
no,
Speak about it with anybody from law enforcement?
no,
Did you speak about it with anybody at the crime lab?
no,
Did you speak about this issue with anyone since the moment that you left the witness stand yesterday to the time you came back to answer some questions this morning?
no.
All right, why don't we show this?
All right, which video do you propose to show, Mr. Scheck?
Starting a little 11:01. All right, stop. All right, maybe we want just a little bit. All right, stop. Stop. Okay, Mr. Fung, that is you, correct?
Yes, it is.
That is Andrea Mazzola, we just saw.
Behind me.
Is that right?
Behind me, yes.
All right. To the right, you see a little yellow card on the ground.
Yes,
That's one of those markers that you put down to indicate where maybe the items of evidence are.
items that are, it's an item for photo ID.
Yes. And that was of an item that you did not collect.
That was, yes,
Okay. Now, approaching here, you see a police officer and you see a car, do you not?
yes,
Okay, let's roll it. All right, let's stop right here. Now, that's a black and white police car, correct?
yes,
All right. And you and Ms. Mazzola have just passed it.
yes,
And this is the afternoon of June 13th.
yes, it is.
Oh my God. Look at these fucking
And
cats.
coming up, you see a space in front of that black and white police car.
Yes,
Let's roll it. Coming up, you see a space in front of that black and white.
My microphone is on.
Let's stop. Now, you just walked past the black and white police car, and there was an extended space until you hit this next vehicle.
yes,
Okay, let's roll it.
Excuse me, Mr. Scheck, do you want the sound on this?
I
Yes, we
left
do.
my
Thank you very
microphone
much.
on.
All right.
I came home. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I walked in and there was a lot of cats because my daughter just fed them. So they all came. I hope you didn't hear anything else while I was gone. I hope that was the worst of it. I have to say that this guy is absolutely he's not getting on my nerves. He is so far on my nerves. It's not even funny. Who cares? Who cares if he got the shoes first or if he got the blood first? Who cares? What is going on with this jury? This jury has to feel somehow the way I feel listening to all this bull. How did they come with, okay, we haven't heard the defense yet, but for God's sake, all right, I don't remember. I think he said he got the blood first and then the shoes. All right. Let's say he's way wrong and they prove that he got the shoes first and then the blood. Who cares? What does that mean? That does not mean OJ did not kill them. There was Ron and Nicole's blood was on the cap, was inside the Bronco, was in his bedroom on his socks. The bloody glove was in his backyard. Okay, fine. Let's give that one to the defense. Mark Furman planted that glove because he's racist. Fine. You can have it. Keep it. We don't care. We have all of this other evidence. Who cares? This has been, Fung has been on the stand for how long, answering stupid question after stupid question after stupid question, and it doesn't matter. None of it matters. I don't understand the jury. I cannot believe that the outcome is what it was after watching so much that we've watched. No, we haven't seen the defense yet, right? It's just so frustrating.
He started off with the sound.
So are my cats.
Let's stop. Now, after that, let's rewind it for a second just to make sure we've got everything exactly right. Stop. Okay. Roll it through. All right, that's the space we were talking about, the cars. Here's another gray car, correct?
Yes.
All right, stop. Now that's a brown car, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's move forward. Stop. Now this is a white van, correct?
Yes.
But that is not Mr. Simpson's Ford Bronco, is it?
No, it is not.
Mr. Simpson's Ford Bronco was not at this location as you were walking out in the afternoon of June 13th at Rockingham.
Not at the time
Right.
in this
Okay.
video.
All right, let's stop. Now that's you, and you have in your right hand a black valise,
Yes.
and in your left hand you have a number of paper bags.
Yes.
And Miss Mazzola, she has a clipboard.
Yes.
Is that a posse box or a clipboard? Can you tell?
It's a posse box.
All right. And she has another black, what is that, an evidence kit in her hand?
It's a, yes, part of the evidence kit.
All right. And this was the first videotape that we showed you this morning.
Yes.
Okay. Let's roll it. That's you putting your valise in, putting the... They said some of it, but I don't think the jury knows there was blood from both victims found on the socks in his bedroom because they moved the socks before they took the picture. So they went on and on and on about where were these socks? I don't think the jury knows there was blood from both victims found on the Bronco. No. They said there was blood on the Bronco, but OJ had a cut on his finger. So that doesn't mean their blood was in the Bronco. Their blood was in the Bronco. The prosecution did not put that forward. The cap, the beanie cap that was left at the scene, I think, or was it in the Bronco? I can't remember, because you know why I can't remember? Because they didn't tell us. Ron's hair was on it, Nicole's hair was on it, OJ's hair was on it. Why? Like they didn't tell us where this cap was. They haven't told us anything yet. Nothing. We have been at this for months and months and months and months and months, and nobody wants to talk about the murders at all. It's all just this stupid stuff. Paper bags in. Mazzola putting the posse box in the black valise in, correct?
Yes.
Shutting the door. Let's listen carefully. Okay. Let's just reverse for a second.
They don't really need a defense if the prosecutor never
right,
shows
stop.
murder.
Let's kill this tape. Now that's you saying, let's make one last check.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the next videotape we showed you, we're causing a subsequent videotape this morning, which is a more extended shot of you walking out at that time to the car, to the van, putting the bags, the valise in, and then walking back, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Harris, which exhibit is this? This is 11. 1102.
And that's a photograph of one of those evidence markers, correct? Two
Yes.
of them? Okay. Now this is you and Miss Mazzola coming out again. Stop. Stop, please. Now that was, again, the black and white car, correct?
Yes.
And this is now you're walking past the space where in front of that black and white car.
Yes.
All right, let's proceed. There's that gray van. And the next car is a brown one, correct?
Yes.
You're carrying those bags in your left hand and the valise. Now we see some video people coming, correct? And that's you putting the paper bags and the valise in, and Miss Mazzola putting the posse box and the evidence kit in, correct?
Yes.
This is a point where you close the door, and in the audio of that last tape we heard you say, let's go back for one more check, correct?
Yes.
And now we see you and Miss Mazzola going back for one more check, correct?
Yes.
Now you're picking up those evidence tags, correct?
Yes.
First two. Now you're picking up the third one. All right, stop. Going back and stop. Okay.
Yes.
I'm informed that we have the
Yes,
complete
I'm
tape.
just queuing it up. I believe it's queued up to the right spot. You might want to have Mr. Harris check that. And the protective ear is out of it. To be the same clip.
It appears to be, Your Honor.
All right.
All right, now, Mr. Fung, uh, this is a clip of you and Miss Mazzola coming out of Rockingham, correct?
Yes.
And this took place after that first set of footage, correct?
Yes.
So first, the first two tapes that we saw at two different angles are you and Miss Mazzola leaving. You're carrying brown bags in one hand, black valise in the other, correct?
Yes.
And Miss Mazzola is carrying the posse box, correct?
Yes.
And another black case, correct?
Yes.
And you put all of that in the evidence truck.
Yes.
And the way that you just saw those two tapes are the way that you first saw them this afternoon, correct?
Yes.
And the way that you saw them is that as you and I discussed it, I pointed out the location of cars as you walked down the street, correct?
Yes.
We followed those very carefully, just as we did with the jury.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is you leaving after your last check, correct?
This is me leaving the scene. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's roll it here. Okay, let's stop. Now, the man behind you is a photographer named Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
and he's from SID, correct?
Yes, he is.
And as you were walking out that door, if you want to see it again, you have nothing in your hands,
That's correct.
all right? You do not have a gray envelope in your hands.
That's correct.
You do not have a brown paper bag in your hands.
That's correct.
You do not have a posse box in your hand.
That's correct.
Now, Miss Mazzola, in in her left hand, she has what appears to be a black plastic bag.
Yes.
Let's roll it. Okay, let's stop. Okay, now that videotape shows you walking out the front door, correct?
Yes.
This is the second trip now.
Of the videotapes. Yes.
Can we rerun that? Just rerun. Let's see if there's a cut here, and I'd like you to concentrate if we can see the cars just at the point of the cut. Okay, let's see. Let's stop. You do see that from this angle, at least, we can see that white van, correct?
Yes.
And we see a space behind it, correct?
Yes.
All right. Let's play the next tape.
200 to 300 times. That's what I said. Okay, but then why don't they just say that? I was like, why do we have to go through a month of this?
We're going to cue it up. And while Mr. Harris is finding it, Mr. Fung, you recall that this tape is going to depict a more complete view of you and Miss Mazzola on the second trip, walking down the driveway and then at Rockingham and then down Rockingham, correct? Well, let's just let him see.
Sustain. Right. Which tape is this, Mr. Harris?
No, that's 2 minutes. That counts as 2 minutes. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it.
Okay. Now let's take a look at this, Mr. Fung. Okay, now before we start it, that's you and Miss Mazzola again on your second trip, correct?
On the second trip of the videotapes, yes.
All right. And that is a continuation of the video that we just saw where the two of you walk out the door.
Yes.
And on the ground, you notice that there are no evidence tags, correct?
Yes.
All right. And you have, you're not carrying any paper bags.
That's correct.
You're not carrying a posse box.
That's correct.
You're not carrying a gray envelope.
That's correct.
Let's roll it. Now let's pay careful attention to the cars, sir. All right, stop. Stop. That is the black and white car, correct?
Yes.
All right. And let's move it. Stop. Now that's a new car, isn't it?
A new car?
Well, that car wasn't there the first time in the first sequence we saw, correct?
In the first video sequence, no.
Right. That car wasn't there when you and Miss Mazzola walked down the driveway at Rockingham, walked down the street at Rockingham, and put the brown paper bags, the valise, into the back of the crime scene truck, correct?
That's correct.
That car wasn't there when Miss Mazzola put the posse box into the crime scene truck.
It didn't appear in the video, no.
All right, wasn't there, right?
Well, begs to whether he's talking about video or sustain. Rephrase the question, please.
Mr. Fung, you know that that gray car is the gray car that Detective Van Adder used to drive to Rockingham on the afternoon of June 13th.
Yes.
And that gray car wasn't there when you first, in that first set of video clips when you came out, correct?
That's correct.
And you saw that this
Maybe the
afternoon,
dog.
did you not?
The video,
Yes,
yes.
in this order.
Yes.
Let's run it. All right. Now that's you and Miss Mazzola walking down the street. Stop.
I'm going to lose it
Now,
if they don't
is
move
that
on. I'm going to
Ended,
lose it.
sir. You, can we just go back to the very beginning?
No,
Stop it.
no, do not go back to the beginning. Judge, Ito, please, please.
Just let's stop it, Mr. Harris, at the point, at the very end as they're walking by the truck. There. Okay.
Okay.
Now, you and
Let's
Miss
just
Mazzola are not putting anything into the back of the evidence truck at that point, are you?
Oh my God.
Not at that point, no.
You're walking towards the front of the car,
You've got
correct?
to be kidding me. Yeah.
I was walking towards the passenger door.
I just got
Now.
to peek more. I have to.
when you saw these videotapes this morning, Mr. Fung, you saw the first clip, for the first trip
Okay,
out from
this,
Rockingham, where you were carrying the brown paper.
shut up. You just shut up for a minute. This can't be all fun, right? Like, okay, we're here. We're here. And then we got this idiot here, this idiot here, this idiot here, this idiot here, this idiot here. Right, or April 13th, 14th, 17th, 18th. This is definitely someone new. But this can't possibly be all fun, right? It can't be, right? Someone say it just can't be. We're almost done with fun. Just someone tell me we're almost done with fun and he can go home and just live his life soon.
Paper bags and the valise, correct?
Yes,
And on that first trip, the gray car that Detective Van Adder drove on June 13th to Rockingham wasn't there, was it?
Assumes facts not in evidence and its vague as to which degree.
Sustain, rephrase the question.
When you saw the tape this morning and we reviewed the cars on that first trip, you did not see the gray car that Detective Van Adder drove to Rockingham in that first trip video, correct?
Still assumes fact not in evidence.
Oh,
I did not see the gray car on the first trip.
Right. But you did see that the gray car was there on the second trip, correct?
Yes,
Now, on the first trip, that's the time that you put the brown paper bags into the car, into the back of the crime scene truck, right?
yes,
The first trip is when you put the black valise into the back of the crime scene truck.
yes,
The first trip is when Miss Mazzola put the posse bags into the back of the crime scene truck.
yes,
And when you saw these series of tapes, Mr. Fung, you realized that you had been caught in a lie, didn't you?
no,
Well, you had told this jury yesterday that you carried the blood sample either in a brown paper bag, in the
I just Googled it. This is all him and Fung. Fung's last day was April 18th. That's this day right here. This is all Fung. I can't believe that all right, hold on. This is only 15 minutes long. This is only an hour long, 26 minutes long. Let's just math this out. So 1 hour. So we have one more hour today. So this is day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. We have 7 more days of Fung. Oh, I thought it was on 1.25. We still have 7 more days of Fung left. 7 more days of Fung left.
posse box or in your hands, correct?
that's what I stated.
But when you saw the videotape, these videotapes, you realized, sir, that Detective Van Adder's car wasn't there when you put the brown paper bags and the posse box was put in the rear of the crime scene vehicle, correct?
That didn't come to my attention at that time, no.
Mr. Funk, this afternoon, when we looked at the videotapes, we did it in a similar fashion to the way we just did it in front of the jury, didn't we?
Yes,
That is, I went over the tapes with you and I called your attention to the cars.
yes,
And I called your attention with respect to the second trip to the fact that Detective Van Adder's car was in the second sequence, but not the first, correct?
at a later time, yes.
And when that was called to your attention, you realized that if Detective Van Adder was not at Rockingham at the time that you put
the brown paper bags in the valise, and Ms. Mazzola put the posse box in the back of the evidence truck, that there was no way that at that point in time, you could have been putting the blood sample into the car.
Documented and also videotapes. Don't take everything.
Sustain phrase question.
You realized when you saw the videotapes this afternoon that you could no longer maintain the position that you had put the blood sample,
Try again.
great,
Try again.
Try-
Maintain the position. Try again.
you could no longer say that the gray envelope was in a brown paper bag.
I had forgotten about the plastic bag until this morning.
You could no longer say, after you saw the videos, that you were carrying the gray manila envelope within a brown paper bag, correct? You knew you couldn't say that after seeing these videotapes.
It refreshed my memory.
Well, my question, sir, is after
It's not the manual, it's asking us.
Overruled.
you saw the videotapes, you realized that you could not have been carrying the gray manila envelope in a brown paper bag because Detective Van Adder wasn't there yet when you were shown putting brown paper bags into the truck, correct?
Assumes facts, not evidence.
Overruled.
Did you realize that?
That was one of the conclusions I came to, yes.
And you realized that you could not have carried the manila envelope in the posse box because when the posse box was put into the crime scene truck, Detective Van Adder's car wasn't there, correct?
Again, I remembered that
My question to you, sir, is simply, you knew when you saw those videotapes that you could not have carried the gray manila envelope in the posse box and put it in the back of the crime scene truck, yes or no?
that I came to that conclusion by watching that, yes.
And when you saw both videotapes, you came to the conclusion that you could not say that you had carried the gray manila envelope in your hands, yes or no?
Because my
Yes
recollection
or
was
no?
refreshed.
Let him finish the question. He's not
Your memory
restricted.
was refreshed.
He's not restricted, Counsel.
Now, could we show
I'm trying to multitask. And yell at the
had
cat.
you ever seen those clips, those video clips? Withdrawn. Now I'm going to show you the beginning of your trip app.
This is 11:03, no, 11:04.
All right, let's stop. Now, do you recall this morning, about this point when you were being shown this tape, the judge asked you a question,
Yes,
and the judge asked you what was in,
Your Honor, this is not proper impeachment. There's no foundation for it.
Overruled.
what was
This
in,
isn't the point where I asked that question, though, Counsel.
but Your Honor, if you tell me the point, your memory, I'm sure, is better than mine. I don't want to get anything wrong. If you could tell us where at the point in the tape it is,
Keep going. Nope, nope.
is it on the other tape?
No, it's further in this tape. Keep going. You can bring it up to real time stairs. Right there.
Now, at this point in the tape, Judge Ito asked you what was in the plastic bag being carried by Ms. Mazzola.
Yes,
And you told him the gray manila envelope containing Mr. Simpson's blood sample.
He states the testimony.
oh, was something to that effect.
That's not a brown paper bag, is it?
No, it's not.
It's not a posse box.
No, it's not.
It's not you holding that gray manila envelope in your hands, is it?
I had forgotten about the plastic bag.
After you realized that you couldn't say that the gray manila envelope was in a brown paper bag or in the posse box, or you carried it in your own hands, the judge asked you the question, you made up the fact that it was in that plastic bag, didn't you?
Argument is sustained.
He's such an ass. I just.
No, you can't, Mr. Neufeld.
Sorry,
Can I punch him in the nose? Is that what he said? Can I walk up and punch him right in the nose?
again yesterday, and I'm starting at page 22443, on cross-examination, where you asked these questions and did you give these answers? Question. So to the best of your recollection, Detective Van Adder handed you a gray envelope and he just had it in his hand. Answer, to the best of my recollection, yes. And then question, and then after you received that gray envelope, what did you do with it? Answer, I wrote on the envelope that I received it from him and I put the time, date, and my initials. Question, and what did you do with the envelope at that point? Answer, I looked inside to make sure that there was a vial in it and that it was in the condition that was unopened, and I put it in the crime scene's truck. Were you asked those questions and did you give those answers?
Yes, I did.
Now, you knew before you ever came to testify in this case, sir, that the issue of whether or not you actually got the gray manila envelope from Officer Van Adder on June 13th would be a subject of contention at this trial.
I did not know that.
In your meetings with the district attorney, did you not discuss that you might be cross-examined on this issue?
That was a subject that came up.
How many times?
I don't recall.
You testified at a proceeding in August of 1994.
I don't recall that. Which one
Do
it
you
was?
recall a hearing where Mr. Neufeld asked you some questions in August of 1994?
Yes,
And at that proceeding, Ms. Mazzola also testified, did she not?
at a later time, yes.
Well, next day,
I don't recall. when
soon
she
after
did.
you.
Yes,
And I think you've indicated to us before, sir, that after that proceeding, you and Ms. Mazzola had some conversations trying to reconstruct the events of June 13th.
at a later time, yes.
So you were familiar in some measure as to what she testified to at that hearing.
We didn't go over her testimony.
Well, you discussed the details of events that were the subject matter of her testimony.
Overruled.
Mainly, we tried to just find out who did the actual picking up of evidence.
Well, was it Mr. Simpson's blood sample a piece of evidence?
Yes, it was.
An important piece of evidence.
Yes,
And you knew it would be a very important piece of evidence in this case, didn't you?
it was an important piece of evidence.
And were you aware that Ms. Mazzola had taken the position at this hearing in August that she did not see you get the blood sample from Detective Van Adder on June 13th?
Sustains.
In
Assumes
your-
fact not in evidence.
I'm sorry?
Assumes fact that aren't in evidence, counsel.
after your conversations during your conversations with Ms. Mazzola, after her testimony in August, did you learn that she did not remember seeing you get Mr. Simpson's blood sample?
Sustained.
Did you discuss with Ms. Mazzola after the hearing in August whether or not she had seen you get Mr. Simpson's blood sample on June 13th?
I don't recall discussing that with her.
No recollection of that?
No.
Asked and answered.
Did it come to your attention from anyone that Ms. Mazzola did not recall you receiving Mr. Simpson's blood sample on June 13th?
Asked and answered.
Sustained.
Were you-
No.
Were you told,
I've already told the jury, I've instructed the jury that if I sustain an objection, they're to disregard the implication of any question. Proceed.
were you told by Michelle Kessler that sometime after August 1994, that Andrea Mazzola,
Sustained. Sustained. Counsel, this whole line needs to be done in a different way.
No, it needs to be not
If
done.
you're going to keep doing that, I'm going to stop you right here.
no, I don't mean to waste.
Punch him in the
I'm
throat,
really
Ito. Punch him in the throat.
trying to figure out.
I'm waiting for him to say something like that. Just say, why are you asking me all these questions? They don't, it
Did
doesn't
you ever sit
matter.
down with Ms. Mazzola after August and review the testimony that you gave and she gave during that hearing?
No.
Did you ever discuss the testimony that you gave and she gave at that hearing after August?
No.
You did have conversations with Ms. Mazzola about your testimony at this trial.
It's a little vague as to testimony in this trial.
Sustained.
You did have conversations with Ms. Mazzola prior to testifying at this trial and after August of 1994.
Overruled.
I did have conversations with her.
Yeah, didn't you have conversations with Ms. Mazzola after August of 1994 and before your testimony at this trial concerning the subject matter of your testimony at this trial?
Some of the subject matter, yes.
And did you not, in conversations with Ms. Mazzola prior to this trial and after August, discuss with her the subject matter of her testimony?
It's still vague and overbroad.
Overruled.
I don't understand what do you mean by her testimony?
What she might testify to at this trial.
We went over tried to put together the events of the crime scene in regards to the collection of what we did.
And
who
one-
did what.
I'm sorry, are you finished?
Yes.
And one of the things that you discussed with Ms. Mazzola was the collection of Mr. Simpson's blood sample.
I don't recall specifically talking about the blood vial because it just wasn't a subject that had to do with that blood collection as far as picking up blood swatches and things like that.
Mr.
That's
Fung
basically what we discussed.
never had a discussion with Andrea Mazzola about when Mr. Simpson's blood sample was collected.
I don't recall any specific conversations, no.
On direct examination, you were asked some questions about a document where Andrea Mazzola had written that Mr. Simpson's blood sample was item number 18, and the sneakers that Detective Lang gave you on June 14th were number 17.
That's correct.
And you were asked those questions on direct examination by Mr. Goldberg.
That conversation occurred before our testimony started.
Which conversation?
A conversation about those documents
Conversation with Mr. Goldberg and with Ms. Mazzola?
with Ms.
about those
Mazzola.
documents? So you had a conversation with Ms. Mazzola about those documents?
But this wasn't in the time frame you were asking about.
Oh, the conversation with Ms. Mazzola about the fact that Mr. Simpson's blood sample was put down as number 18 and the sneakers were put down as number 17 happened before August?
It happened maybe the day after June 13th or possibly June 14th.
And the conversation that you had maybe on June 13th or June 14th with Ms. Mazzola about her recording
June 14th or June 15th.
June 14th or June 15th.
Yes.
Is that the only conversation you've ever had with Ms. Mazzola about this issue?
That's the only one.
This issue is no override.
That's the only one I can recall.
You mean there might have been others, but you can't remember?
I don't remember that.
You remember that you went over the evidence collection checklist with Ms. Mazzola prior to testifying here,
Yes.
and you filled in some extra details on the evidence collection checklist.
Yes.
And that checklist contained each of the items that you collected, you and Ms. Mazzola,
Yes.
and you were discussing with her who collected it, me or you.
Yes.
And you went all the way down the list of all these items of evidence.
Yes.
And you're telling us that when it came to Mr. Simpson's blood sample, you and she had no discussion.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't recall the discussion or if there was a discussion about it.
So you're now telling us that there might have been a discussion with Ms. Mazzola about the collection of Mr. Simpson's blood sample after August, but you can't recall it.
That's argumentative. First question.
Are you now saying, sir, that there might have been a conversation after August with Ms. Mazzola about the collection of Mr. Simpson's blood sample?
Still argumentative.
I think I've stated that before.
So it could have been a conversation about it after August, but you just don't remember it.
I don't remember a conversation about that subject matter.
Now, when you got back to the lab on the afternoon of June 13th, you're telling us that you had with you this gray manila envelope that contained Mr. Simpson's blood sample.
Yes.
Is there any record in the crime laboratory's computer tracking system that indicates where you put that blood sample on the evening of June 13th?
The
Judge,
evidence tracking system does not
please.
take that type of.
asked and answered, overruled. Calls for speculation, overruled. Judge, please, what are you doing? You have to take control of this.
pre-booked evidence into account.
If you were to put something in the refrigerator or the freezer in the serology lab, doesn't somebody have to hit a barcode to open the door of the serology freezer?
I'm
Pre or post? Sustained rephrase question.
Anytime someone opens a freezer in the serology laboratory, are they not supposed to hit some kind of barcode?
I'm not familiar with the serology policy of evidence moving.
Well, is there a computer record at the evidence collection unit that indicates where this blood sample was on the evening of June 13th?
One would not exist.
So there is no such record at the ECU, correct?
That's not a record that's kept.
Do you
pre-booked
have
bloods.
a written record anywhere in any form indicating where you put Mr. Simpson's blood sample on the evening of June 13th?
Where I put it?
Yeah.
No.
Now, you told us on direct examination that you were trying to record items that you collected in chronological order.
I attempt to do that, yes.
And on June 13th, Andrea Mazzola was taking notes about the items collected.
On June,
13th.
yes.
And you told us that after you first left the Rockingham scene in the morning, you and Miss Mazzola sat down together and you did an inventory, correct?
That's correct.
And you checked each item of evidence together.
That's correct.
And I think you told us yesterday that after you left the Bundy scene, you did the same thing. You did an inventory, checking the items together.
That's correct.
And you told us yesterday that after you left the Rockingham scene, in the afternoon, you and Ms. Mazzola conducted that same kind of inventory where you checked each item together.
That's correct.
And in that inventory, the afternoon of June 13th, where you were checking the items together with Ms. Mazzola, did you show her the gray envelope containing Mr. Simpson's blood sample?
We had not obtained that sample yet when we conducted the inventory, evidence inventory.
So you're now saying that the evidence inventory withdrawn. Did you conduct the evidence inventory in the crime scene truck, as you told us before?
No, because the media was out there and we wanted to do it out of the eyes of the media, so we did it within the residence.
So you couldn't have, you didn't, on the, when you left Rockingham in the morning, did you conduct the evidence inventory in the crime scene truck?
Rockingham in the morning?
Yeah.
Yes, because the media wasn't there yet.
When you left Bundy in the afternoon, did you conduct the evidence inventory in the crime scene truck?
Not in the truck, no.
Where'd you do it?
It was where we set up our crime scene kit,
Well, where's that?
someplace near the front of the residence. I don't recall exactly where we set up the crime scene kit. I think it was out near the sidewalk.
Near the sidewalk in front of 875 Bundy?
Yes,
You did the evidence inventory on the sidewalk outside of 875 Bundy at around 3 in the afternoon.
I don't recall exactly where it was, but it was around that area, yes.
Well, if you did it in front of the sidewalk at 875 Bundy around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, weren't there people there with videotapes, cameras taking pictures?
There may have been, yes.
Well, so you're now going to, so it's now you're saying, Mr. Fong, that before you left the house at Rockingham, you and Ms. Mazzola sat down and went through each item and did the inventory. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes.
And where did this all take place?
Within the residence.
Where?
I don't recall exactly where it was. I don't recall.
Was it up in the master bedroom?
I don't recall.
Was it in that foyer area?
I don't recall.
Are you not able to recall this, Mr. Fung? Because as you sit there, you're wondering that if you put it in some particular room, there might be people that could be placed at that location who would then have to come in and corroborate it.
Sustained.
Now, in terms of timing, Mr. Fung, at around 5 o'clock, item 16 was collected.
Yes.
And it was after item 16 that was picked up that you and Ms. Mazzola did this inventory.
Yes,
And item 16 was picked up the front of the front door of Mr. Simpson's residence.
yes,
And item 15 was picked up in that foyer area.
in a bathroom.
And you can't recall whether after that item was picked up in that foyer area, you and Ms. Mazzola did this inventory.
I don't recall exactly where we did the inventory, but it was within that residence.
So you're saying that the inventory was done and everything was placed into the truck during that first trip when you put the paper bags into the back of the crime scene truck.
Items 11 through 16 were placed in the back of the crime scene truck, yes.
Right. That's when we see you putting in the paper bag and Ms. Mazzola's putting in the posse box.
Yes,
So now you're saying that Mr. Simpson's gray manila envelope with the blood sample in it was put into that black plastic trash bag that Ms. Mazzola was carrying.
to the best of my recollection, yes.
And did you place it in the trash bag in her sight, in her presence?
I don't think so. I don't recall.
You just said, I don't think so. And then you said, I don't recall.
That's right.
Now, do you have some concerns, Mr. Fung, that Ms. Mazzola is not going to come into this courtroom withdrawn? Do you have some concerns, Mr. Fung, about Ms. Mazzola coming into this courtroom and saying that she recalls you placing this gray manila envelope with the blood sample in it into that plastic bag?
Do I have
Concerns?
concerns about it?
Yes,
Whether she'll say that or not?
yes.
At this point, yes.
And your concern, sir, is based on the fact that you have knowledge that she has previously testified that she does not recall seeing Detective Van Adder hand you the gray manila envelope on June 13th.
I object, Your Honor, as soon as facts are available.
Sustain. Ask him a foundational question.
Mr. Fung, do you think it would refresh your recollection to see Ms. Mazzola's testimony in August with respect to the collection of items at Rockingham on the afternoon of June 13th?
No foundation for that, Your Honor.
I don't see how it would.
You don't think that looking at her testimony might refresh your recollection as to things she has said to you in conversations about whether you received the blood sample from Detective Van Adder?
I'm not sure if it would or not. I don't know.
Now, in your conversations with Ms. Mazzola about the events of the afternoon of June 13th, did it come to your attention that she recalled leaving Rockingham earlier than you recalled it?
I don't remember discussing that with her.
In your conversations with Ms. Mazzola about the events of the afternoon of June 13th, did she ever indicate to you that she remembered leaving just a few minutes after 5?
Still no foundation. As soon as facts are available. Your Honor, it's also
But
Honor,
they
I'd like
didn't
to,
show how
approach the
OJ's
witness and
not
show him some
guilty.
testimony.
You may show counsel what it is. Now, let me see counsel at the sidebar with the court reporter.
Yes, please, please add a sidebar to this because we're not annoyed enough. The jury's not annoyed enough. At least I get to fast forward a little bit. And why? Look how big, look how many views this got. Why? Why would people watch this part? This so far is the absolute worst part of this entire trial. I don't even care what he says there. Hold on. I'm going here. The defense's side has to be really good. It has to be. It because this is crazy. No, I didn't mute it. He muted it. Don't yell at me. He muted it. All right, I'm going to fast forward, try to get some sound. Here we go. Sound.
After having looked at these pages, does it refresh your recollection that in your conversations with Ms. Mazzola, I'm sorry?
Does it refresh his recollection first about conversations with Ms. Mazzola?
Having looked at these pages, is your recollection in any way refreshed with respect to conversations you've had with Ms. Mazzola?
I don't recall having conversations about those particular topics.
All right. Are you saying, Mr. Fung, that in your conversations with Ms. Mazzola prior to coming in here to testify, she did not indicate to you that she was with you from the entire time?
Sustained.
Has Ms. Mazzola ever told you?
It's hearsay. Sustained.
I'm asking what Ms. Mazzola said to him.
It's hearsay.
Not for the truth of the matter asserted, for the fact that it was said to her.
Hearsay. Without any further foundation. Proceed.
You had conversations with Ms. Mazzola prior to testifying here.
Yes,
And in these conversations, you discussed what items of evidence were picked up and when.
that was touched on, yes.
And that's part of the way that you made those corrections, or those additions, I should say, on the evidence collection sheets.
Yes,
And in those conversations, did Ms. Mazzola indicate to you that she was with you from the entire time?
Finish the question.
That she was with you the entire time after you picked up the last item at Rockingham at about 5 o'clock until you departed for the next designation?
Overruled at this point.
we never discussed that, no.
In your conversations with Ms. Mazzola prior to coming here and testifying, did she indicate to you that she believed that you and that the two of you had left the Rockingham location a few minutes after 5?
Overruled. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm allowing these questions and answers for the limited purpose, not assuming that the answer, that the implication of the answer to the question. Let me start again. I'm allowing this evidence for a limited purpose. That is whether or not this statement was made to Mr. Funk, not whether or not that statement was in fact true. Mr. Scheck,
May I put the last question to the witness?
you may.
Mr. Fung, in your conversations with Ms. Mazzola prior to your testimony, did she ever indicate to you that she recalled leaving Rockingham a few minutes after 5?
I don't recall having discussed that.
did you ever see any document where Ms. Mazzola indicated that she thought the two of you had left Rockingham before 5:20?
If I can refer to my notes.
I don't think he paid that.
I don't recall any document, no.
And the notes you just looked at, Mr. Fung, those were the crime scene checklist for Rockingham.
Yes,
And that's a document of 4 pages. The first 4 pages are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4.
yes,
And on the 4th page of that document, there is a line that indicates time left scene.
yes,
We'll get back to that in a minute. That's ordinarily where somebody writes down the time that they left the scene.
yes,
And Ms. Mazzola was the one that was taking notes.
yes,
Now, Mr. Fung, you've told us that the gray manila envelope with Mr. Simpson's blood sample was placed by you into a trash bag.
it's a plastic trash bag.
Is that correct?
That's what I remember.
All right. Where'd you get the trash bag?
I asked one of the detectives to find one for me, to
So-
find some type of bag that I could put the envelope in.
And this was when you returned into Mr. Simpson's house?
This was after receiving the envelope.
Well, when you went back inside to Mr. Simpson's house after putting the brown paper bags and the release in the car, you didn't have a black plastic bag with you.
I had no idea that I
Did
would,
you have a black plastic bag with you?
No.
Did Ms. Mazzola have a black plastic bag with her?
No.
And so you're now saying you went back into the Rockingham location at that time.
Sustained phrase question.
You went, as depicted on the videotape, back into Rockingham for one last look.
yes,
You picked up those yellow evidence cards.
on the way back in, yes,
And then you got back inside to Rockingham.
yes,
And was at that point that you asked some detective for a black plastic bag?
no,
You got inside to Rockingham, and that's when you saw Detective Van Adder in the foyer.
at some point after I went in, yes.
And was Detective Van Adder carrying a black duffel bag?
I don't recall if he was or not.
And was Detective Van Adder carrying a clipboard?
I don't recall if he was or not.
All you remember is that he had this gray manila envelope.
I do remember him giving it to me.
And you remember who was there when this gray manila envelope was handed off?
I don't remember everybody who was there.
Well, since we last broke, you now have had an opportunity to talk with the prosecutors about the videotapes.
Yes,
And have they discussed anything with you about who else was there?
no,
Have they discussed with you anything about what Ms. Mazzola may be testifying to?
no.
Was Ms. Mazzola there?
I don't recall her being there when I accepted the envelope from Mr. or Detective Van Adder.
So it's you and Detective Van Adder.
I know that.
Who else? As you sit here today, you independently remember.
Oh,
I don't specifically remember anybody else, but I do know there were other people there.
And he gave you the gray manila envelope, and then you looked in it.
Counsel, I think we broached this subject yesterday. Who was there?
Right.
When it was transferred?
Just
what he did.
foundation.
This is like the third time we're going through this.
I understand.
30th.
After you looked in the envelope, was it then that you asked somebody to get a plastic bag?
I asked if somebody could find a bag of some sort so that I could place the envelope inside.
Who did you ask?
Nobody in particular. I just asked in general for somebody to find me something to put the bag or the envelope in.
Do you remember who gave it to you?
It was one of the detectives.
Where did they give it to you?
It was in the kitchen.
Where was Miss Mazzola?
I don't know.
Was she around?
I don't know.
And then you were given this plastic bag and you put the gray manila envelope in the plastic bag?
That's the best of my recollection, yes.
And when you did that, where was Miss Mazzola?
I don't know.
And you walked out of the kitchen then?
I don't know what I did right after I put the envelope in the bag.
After you put the envelope in the bag, did there come a point soon after where you saw Miss Mazzola?
Eventually I did see her, but I don't know when.
How many minutes?
I don't know.
More than 2 or 3?
I don't recall how many minutes from the time I put the envelope in the bag to when I saw her next.
Did you see her next inside the Rockingham residence?
I can only tell from the video. I don't recall exactly when I saw her next.
Well, from the video, you know, you walked out the Rockingham residence with Miss Mazzola,
Yes,
and you, at some point, handed her this black plastic bag.
at some point from the video, yes.
And when you handed her that black plastic bag, did you say to her, Miss Mazzola, here's a black plastic bag, and inside it is a gray manila envelope with Mr. Simpson's blood sample? Did you tell her that?
No foundation, personal knowledge.
I didn't tell her that, or I don't remember telling her that, or I don't remember saying anything like that. I
Which?
just don't remember.
Well, did you tell her, in substance, here's withdraw. At that time, didn't you have some concerns about carrying a manila envelope with a blood vial in it?
Yes.
You certainly wouldn't want to have that blood vial broken.
No, I wouldn't.
That's a piece of evidence that you want to carry with a great deal of care.
Yes.
And if you're giving it to Miss Mazzola, you're going to want her to carry it with a great deal of care.
Yes.
And you're telling us when you handed her the blood vial in the manila envelope that's inside the plastic bag, you didn't say to her, Miss Mazzola, here's the blood vial, a blood sample from Mr. Simpson that I was just given by Detective Van Adder. Carry it carefully.
I don't remember saying that.
You just, to the best of your recollection,
I spent hours cooking that for you. I slaved over a stove all day for you. And you don't even remember what I made you? Josh.
handed her a plastic bag with Mr. Simpson's blood sample in it and never told her what was in it.
Sustained.
Did you tell her what was in that black plastic bag when you handed it to her?
Oh, not at first.
I don't recall if I did or not. I don't remember.
All right, let's move on.
And then the two of you walked out of Rockingham
Yes.
and you went into the crime scene truck.
Yes.
And when you went into the crime, between the time that you left and the time you got to the crime scene truck, did you tell Miss Mazzola what was in that black plastic bag?
I had cinnamon toast.
I don't recall talking to her at all.
When you got inside the crime scene truck, where did you go and where did she go?
She eventually went to the passenger seat and I went into the driver's seat.
What did she do with the plastic bag that contained Mr. Simpson's blood sample?
I don't recall if she put it in, if I unlocked the back door for her and she put it in, or if we put it, or if she put it in the passenger compartment.
Well, when she was putting it somewhere in the truck, did you tell her, Miss Mazzola, what's in that plastic bag is Mr. Simpson's blood sample. Put it in a certain place. Be careful with it.
I don't recall saying that to her.
Okay,
Do you
no,
recall?
stop.
With-
Stop. Why would he say that to her? Why would a criminalist tell another criminalist, can you please be careful with this? What? That's like an ICU nurse handing a newborn to another nurse and saying, hey, don't drop this, okay? Idiot.
Did you ever,
Idiot.
when you got back into the crime scene truck, tell Miss Mazzola what was in the plastic bag?
Sustained.
I don't recall.
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't have to answer that question.
Proceed.
At some point after you got back in the crime scene truck, the two of you drove back to SID.
Yes.
And at that time, you took evidence out of the crime scene truck and you brought it into the evidence processing room.
Yes.
And at that time, did you and Miss Mazzola conduct an inventory of all the items that you collected?
I know I did.
Was she there assisting?
She may have been.
And during that inventory, did you tell her inside that plastic bag is Mr. Simpson's blood vial in a manila envelope?
I don't recall talking to her about that item of evidence.
All right. When you got back to the evidence processing room, you and Ms. Mazzola went through a process you told us of taking blood swatches out of coin envelopes and putting them into test tubes.
Yes,
At some point before you began that process, did you indicate to Ms. Mazzola that Mr. Simpson's blood sample was in a gray manila envelope and inside that plastic bag?
I don't recall talking to her about that sample on that day.
At some point when you got back to the evidence processing room, did either of you take the gray manila envelope out of the black plastic bag?
No,
It was kept in the black plastic bag.
during that night, yes.
Where did you put it?
I put all the evidence on one of the tables in the evidence processing room.
You put Mr. Simpson's blood sample, which was in a gray manila envelope, inside the plastic bag on top of the table in the evidence processing room,
That's where I put all the evidence that day.
and you left it there.
Yes.
And you didn't put it in any refrigerator.
No, I didn't.
Did you tell anybody in the laboratory that you would come back with Mr. Simpson's blood vial in that?
Yo, you could have asked this one question. Did you put it in the refrigerator 7 days ago and moved on? And we would have gotten it. We would have been okay with that.
Gray manila envelope in that black plastic bag?
No,
Did you was Greg Matheson in the laboratory when you returned?
I don't recall seeing him.
There's a stockroom refrigerator outside the door of the evidence processing room.
Yes, there is.
You didn't even take Mr. Simpson's blood sample and put it in the stockroom refrigerator?
I wouldn't do that, no.
And it's your testimony that you never, to the best of your recollection, told Ms. Mazzola what was inside that black plastic bag.
Not on that day, no. To the best of my recollection, I don't recall talking to her about that item of evidence on that day.
When you came back to the evidence processing room on the morning of June 14th, did you see the black plastic bag containing Mr. Simpson's blood sample in it?
I hope they put someone on the stand that'll say that it doesn't have to be refrigerated immediately because of the preservatives that are already in the vial.
I don't specifically remember it, but the items of evidence were all accounted for.
So when you entered the evidence processing
Hey, hold
room,
on.
that
Sorry. Hold on. Stop. Sir. So if he's saying the blood degraded and was no longer usable because it wasn't refrigerated, then none of the blood that we pick up at crime scenes would be usable. Because they don't come to the crime scene the second the blood is spilled. Sometimes it's days later they find the body. They still do testing on that blood. And they still get good tests from that blood. And that's not refrigerated. So this is in a test tube with some, those preservatives they have in there. The blood is fine. I don't understand the big deal. And he could just say we can't use blood picked up at a crime scene anymore because that blood was not refrigerated after the person died. The killer didn't take the blood and put it in the refrigerator right away. Yeah.
the gray manila envelope was still inside the black plastic bag.
Bye, Terry Love.
I did not
Have
observe
fun with your
or detect any of my evidence from the night
cookies.
before having been
No
disturbed.
bake cookies.
Well, when you entered the evidence processing room, was there anybody with you?
I don't recall.
Was Ms. Mazzola with you?
I don't recall.
And I take it that you, alone, with nobody around, removed the gray manila envelope from the black plastic bag.
I don't recall if anybody was with me or not. I don't remember.
Mr. Fung? None of this ever happened in terms of putting that gray manila envelope in that plastic bag. Isn't that right?
That's incorrect.
That's something that you made up when the judge asked you the question this morning, what's in that black plastic bag?
No,
That's why you have now recounted that you never told Ms. Mazzola once on the afternoon what was in that black plastic bag.
that's not what I said.
That's why you're now telling us when you went back into the evidence processing room the next morning, no one else was there to see you remove this blood sample from the black plastic bag.
Sustained rephrase the question.
You don't remember anybody being there when you removed the blood sample from the black plastic bag.
Overruled.
I don't recall if anybody was there with me or not.
If you're late, I'm late. If you're on time, I'm on.
Flight 2. Now, Mark.
Shithead. Shit. Head. Yes, I agree.
Whatever means the court would like. I would like to show the original copies of the crime scene investigation checklist.
Original copies?
Yes, the originals. Thank you.
He said
origi-
the
the
first
documents,
time he said original copy, and I hate when he says that. And on that note, that he pushed me too far for one day. Hi, Emily, love. Original copies, idiot. I gotta go. Okay, we got further than I expected we would because someone reminded me to put it on fast forward. Was it Jude? Thank you, Jude. All right, guys, I'm not allowed to put a video out at 11 or 7 today, so I can't. But I'll see you all again really soon. Maybe I'll make it to. I'm either going to go back and work out in the yard, or I'm going to make it to your live stream, Emily. One of the two are going to happen. This was pretty bad. I don't know if it was the most frustrating, but it was pretty freaking bad. And we have a couple more days of it. It's fine. Go get some beer for tomorrow. Don't try to start tomorrow's stream sober. All right. See you all later. Thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it, guys. Bye.